Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little review along with some swatches of one of the latest eyeshadow palettes by Urban Decay, and that is their Full Spectrum palette. If you saw my Canada Sephora haul, you would have seen that I bought it in there. And then I forgot that every now and then Urban Decay like to send me stuff. When I came back from Canada, it was lying on my bed. So I gave it to Miss Beauty Addict Selena. Actually, it's sitting over there. I still need to give it to her. So I'm just going to say I'm not affiliated with Urban Decay in any kind of way. Yes, now and then they send me a random thing here or there. They don't obviously send me their entire range of stuff. And this is my own opinion. It's not been bought for, paid for. I actually did pay for it with my own money, despite having another one now. But like I said, I'm giving that away as a gift. So... let's first look at the box that it comes in. Looks like this, full spectrum, basically meaning loads and loads of different colours from the spectrum. And then the names and the pictures of them on the back. I really like the packaging. As always, Urban Decay never fails to disappoint when it comes to their packaging. Is always top quality, very durable and hardcore. So this one is very fingerprinted already. But it's like a shiny, half matte, half shiny, with lines all over it. The lines are actually shiny, and then it says Full Spectrum with Urban Decay in like a rainbow. And then you open it up and it's got a cool mirror, which is very, very good, and it comes with a double-ended brush, one with a fluffy end and one with a more denser end. And I'm going to show this to you up close now. Bear in mind I have been using this, which is why it's looking really grubby. So before I start going into the swatches, what do I think of this palette? Is it a must-have? No, I wouldn't say it is a must-have by any means. I would definitely say it is for the kind of people out there that are like me. The ones that like their bright colours. They don't care what day of the week it is. They don't care if they're having to go to work. They will rock that bright green eyeshadow and not give an F. So those are that is basically the kind of person that this is targeted at. This is not your everyday, neutral, standard, boring kind of palette. This one is full spectrum, as it says. It's got all the colors in there. It's gone from pinks to oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, a black, a white and a silver. So it's basically got everything. The only thing that I would say is there's only one matte shade in here, which is this white one here called Bump. The rest are all metallic and satin sort of shades. So for somebody like me who always has to wear a matte shade in the crease, I mean, I would suggest most people do wear matte shades in the crease. I had to use my Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Basics palette, and every time I've used this palette, I have used the Ultimate Basics palette to go in the crease, and then I've used this all over the lid. I am actually wearing this on my eyes today, if you guys can see. I did whack a little bit of the yellow in the crease, but I had to put a bit of brown in there from the other palette too, and then I've done like a spotlight eye. But I have been using this palette quite a bit and I am quite happy with it. I would give this a 8 out of 10. I would have preferred a couple more matte shades in here, definitely. The quality of the eyeshadows are pretty good. I'm not unhappy with any of them. There may be one or two misses in here which people may not necessarily like, but that's down to personal preference and how you tend to use the product. I've used it quite a bit. I've been happy with all the shades that I've used. I've not had any issues with any of the shades that I've used. And that's it really. I mean, the only thing that I would probably try to compare this to is the electric palette. Which one is better? This one or the other one? My preference still kind of lies with the electric palette. And the reason being, some of these shades, as vibrant as they look in the pan, they aren't exactly the same in person, as in once they actually apply to your eye. So for example, this shade here called Seas, it looks like a really bright coral orange, but when you apply it to the lid, it's kind of like it's like it just kind of went meow, like that, if that makes sense. So sometimes when you see shades in the pan, they're not always the same when you actually apply them with a brush and apply them to the lid. The electric palette, on the other hand, is full on in your face. I do not have an issue with any of those shades, and they are exactly the way that they are shown in the pan. So that's just something to bear in mind. But generally, I'm pretty happy with this. As I said, if you're not on the market for looking for something which has got hundreds of different bright colours in it, don't waste your money. There's no point. You're not going to use it. There's no point spending 40 odd pounds on something you're going to use now and then. Obviously, if you're like me and you like to regularly use bright colours on an almost daily basis, by all means go ahead and get it. It's a good investment. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21 shades altogether, which is not bad, and it's like 40 odd quid. I can't remember how much I paid for it because I paid for it in dollars, and it is available from Debenhams, and it is also available from Urban Decay in the UK, and it is a limited edition as well. I see the reason why they've done it as limited edition. There is no point having this as a permanent part of the collection if it's something that everyone isn't going to go out and buy. This would be great as like a gift. If some of you out there want to buy something for your daughters and you're unsure, this would be great for them to have as a gift. They'd love it. And if you know somebody who's an amazing, like a makeup lover out there, and they're thinking about getting into makeup for the first time, you don't want to buy them something drugstore, but you want to spend a little bit of extra money because it's a special gift for them, then by all means get this. And this is something that they can definitely kind of branch out into different colours. So anyway, so I'm going to show you some swatches now. I'm going to go through this quite quickly. There are 21 shades to go through. Sorry, I forgot to say, because they do, when they send me something, they normally put like a little piece of paper in to explain one or two things. What they've said is, this is their biggest, most colourful palette yet. And even though there are another 2 mattes in there, they are got a bit of shimmer to it. That's why I only call the white one a matte. And it says they are all new shades, and they brought back a few fan favourites: Alchemy from Vice 3, as well as 2 shades from the Alice palette, Hatter and Metamorphosis. And the rest of the shades are brand new. So rather than show this row by row, I'm going to go downwards because that's the way the shades are kind of made to match. So this first one here is called Alchemy, and this one is a really pretty pinky purple shade, and it's like a satin. This one here is called Gossip, and this one is like a Barbie pink, like a metallic-y Barbie pink. And this one here is called Paranoia, and this one is a pale shimmering pink, and it's got like a hint of lilac in it. This shade is called Warning, and this one is like a deepened, almost burnt sort of shimmering orange. It's like a metallic. This one is called Seas, and this one is like a coral pink. This one here is called Jones, and this one is a bright shimmering orange. This one is called Midnight Blaze. This one is like a dirty olive shade with gold sparkles in it. This one is called Calvera, and this one is like a canary yellow, and it's definitely got gold particles of shimmer in it. This one is called Goldmine, and this one is a bright gold. This one's quite textured. There's a lot of fallout with this one. It's a lot more powdery than the others, like chunky powder. This one is called 100, and this one is a deep foresty green. These are all one swipe, by the way. And I'm wearing this one on my lid today, on the inner and outer parts of my lid. This one is called Hatter from the Alice in Wonderland palette, and this one is a bright, almost tree-coloured green. This one is called Mean, and this one is a gorgeous metallic type of limey green. This one here is called Minx, and this one is a beautiful deep royal blue with little particles of shimmer in it. This one is called Blindsided, and this one is a stunning bright blue. It reminds me of that blue by MAC, that Chromaline one, cyan blue, I think. It's gorgeous, and it's got a very beautiful satin finish to it. This one is called Metamorphosis, and this one is a cornflower blue. As you can see, it's not as pigmented as the other 2 next to it, but still it's a lovely shade. This one here is called Delirious. This one is a very eggplanty type of purple. It's kind of a matte shade, but it's still not as pigmented as the other 2, but still more than that one. This one is called Sketch. This one is a pale purple with a satin finish. It's also not as pigmented as the first 2. It's like the one next to it, Delirious. This one is called Faded. This one is a very pale purple shade, and it's got quite a lot of gold duochromy glitter in it, but the glitter seems to overpower the actual shade, so it's not a very good shade. This one is called Platonic, and this one is a greyish black with a lot of silver sparkle in it. This one is called Iced, And this one is a beautiful silvery ice kind of shade. Obviously it's called Iced. And this last one here is called Bump. And this one is a very obvious white matte shade. I really like the quality of this one. I use this all over my brow bone. So that's it for the swatches and my review of this palette. As I've shown you, there are quite a few hits in there, but there are a couple of misses as well. But there are more hits than there are misses, which is always the most important thing. So that's it, really. Not sure what else I can say. I personally quite like this palette. I've got quite a lot of use out of it. And it's definitely one that I would take with me if I went traveling. And then obviously I'd have to take a neutral matte palette as well and then use them both, and that way you can come up with a variety of different types of looks. So that's it. What else can I say? I'm wearing an Urban Decay lipstick right now. I'm wearing Alpha, which is one of the Vice lipsticks. And yeah, so I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you've got any comments or questions in relation to the palette, please feel free to write them below and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. And that's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.